Happy Man, you host this one.
No, you host this one.
Okay. Well, that was... I gave in easily on that.
Yeah,
Hi.
I've done so many.
This is Moogle's crunching noises.
Delicious, delicious honey rush cashews, which I'm going to remove from near the microphone. I'm going to open up the packet.
To the podcast.
This is Gentle...
Shut the fuck up!
Hello and welcome to That's right. Rock me, baby. Rock me, baby. That's right.
This is Gentlemen Discussing Video. This is Happy Man.
Hello.
This is Moogle Pies.
Hello.
This is Dom.
Hello.
This is Sabercry.
Hey.
And this is Shiny.
Hello.
This podcast will be about many things, but the first thing will be whatever Happy Man says it is.
Those Catsman's way of saying that we don't have a lot on the agenda. This podcast will have many things.
We'll do Red Dead Redemption 2 first. Does anyone here have any opinions about Red Dead Redemption 2?
Let's just listen
I've already
to Dom
voiced
talk
my
about
opinions
because
before.
no one else gives a shit.
I give a shit if they bring it out on PC.
Well, they're probably gonna, but it's just gonna take like 2 years.
I know, right? So I don't care until they do that. That's what boat I'm in.
Why don't they call them Horseboys?
What?
They call them Horseboys instead of Cowboys.
Bullmen.
Because they're for herding cows.
They're herding cows, man.
When do you ever see like actual cows in old westerns?
Quite often.
Quite often.
You see,
Normally
you
getting
see-
rustled.
let's be honest, you see horses more.
Well,
You see cows quite frequently.
yeah, you see cows
No,
a
you
lot.
don't.
Like really, I
Seeing
think that
Russell.
was.
You see a lot of bulls.
Cattle
was
farming was a big
mostly-
thing in the Old West.
Yeah, that was like most of the Old West. I think most of the violence and shit's kind of made up. I don't think it was actually that like lawless in the Old West. Like you could get attacked by Indians, but I don't think it was like this fucking no law and order at all, like fucking Dark Ages. But that's kind of the way they make it in movies, you know?
Hey, the Dark Ages had pretty law and order.
I mean, it did, but it had law and order like you stole a piece of bread and you're a peasant, so I'm gonna hang you.
Yeah.
And that's that, you know.
Deal with it, nerd. I'm a noble.
As it should be.
Deal with it, nerd. I'm a noble.
Nobleman swerve.
That is what it was like, to be fair.
Yeah.
I remember it well.
Like it was yesterday.
Happy. If you've not done a peasant playthrough of Dark Souls, you really need to.
What?
Just
That
throw
where you
that
start
out
as
there.
naked?
No, a peasant playthrough is when you get like the farming gear and like the pitchfork from the
Oh,
DLC,
okay.
and then you use that and you just kill everything as a
Pretty
peasant.
good.
It's great.
Sounds shit.
Peasant playthroughs are the best.
Sounds good.
I like
Sounds shit.
peasants.
I
They
like
have the
peasants.
power to bring about real social change through bread riots.
Yes, they do.
Hey man, they
He
had
said
the
with a
peasants
socialistic
revolt,
voice of the people.
you know?
That's the Red Dead Redemption 2 news.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption. It's red,
There you go.
right? Communistic? Yeah, that's right.
I love
It's fine.
communism.
Oh man, if they made like a Red Dead Redemption and it was about like zombie communists. if it was about
They've
like a
already done
zombie
zombies.
Lenin crawling out the ground and going, "I'm sorry, I was a dick," then I'd be all over it.
I played quite far into the first Red Dead Redemption, but
It's
really. It's okay, but like I don't know. I didn't like any of the characters really.
This is the problem.
I guess
It's-
that's not the point of those games, but still.
It's basically Grand Theft
Everyone was
Auto
like-
with horses
Pretty
to
much.
a large extent. And it's
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto, yeah.
I mean, I like that the main character yells all the time almost. I like that.
I
I mean,
like
like
you
that
that
can
they
just
yell
do
at
that in real
everything.
life, though. You
I
can
like
just
that
do in real life.
there's a button you can use to say howdy to people. More games need that.
I want to see a Monster Hunter quest where you have to steal rocks called Grand Theft Auto. That's what I want.
Ah, that's my shit.
It's like a
That's
Also,
right up my alley.
in 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, you have the button just to swear. Stuff like that. Like
Sweet.
the Red Dead Howdy button and the 50 Cent swear button. More games
Howdy.
need this.
In Chivalry, you have a dedicated scream button.
Yes, you do!
Or
That's
Void
awesome.
his blob, you have the dedicated hug button.
Oh, that's true.
That's the
Oh
best
god.
one. That's the best one.
Pirates, Knights, and Vikings had good voice commands. Purely because you could go "I" or "R parrot" if you were a pirate, because you could just call your parrot. It's the best.
All
It's an
pirates
R
are parrots.
parrot button.
No, Guybrush doesn't.
That's true. But he wasn't much of a pirate.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
He was a civilian.
He could hold his breath for 10 minutes.
Oh, that's true, actually. That was good.
It was the best plot point ever about being able to hold your breath for 10 minutes.
Do you know there's a sequence where you're, I think it's a, some cinder block or something, where you're basically tied to the bottom of the ocean. If you take longer than 10 minutes, he actually drowns.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. It's wonderful. Wonderful game.
Brilliant. Next.
So I guess you people will probably have opinions on the Nintendo Snapper.
Nedo
Oh yeah,
Switch.
dude. Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo
Yeah,
Snapper,
man.
that's what I said, yeah.
Yeah, man, that looks.
I
That
haven't
that
watched
that
the
looks.
video.
You should watch the video.
You should, it's
I
3
have
minutes,
been
you should
sent
watch it.
another video from let me find it.
It's really something, man.
It
I
is
can
entertaining.
tell that you're not interested by
No, it's great. It looks it looks great, Cats.
It works for me because I've got a 4-hour commute.
I don't know. I probably will get it.
The controller
was
looks
it-
a bit wank.
So
Oh, it looks
because
weird.
I don't. It looks too fat. But then I thought that about the fucking Wii U one, and I really like the gamepad. So I don't know.
I
we
think
talk about the
Nintendo's
design of
controllers
that
are always
console?
really comfy, but when
Yeah.
you say the design
For
of
a
the
minute.
console, do you mean the
I
actual
mean,
thing?
like the actual aesthetic visuals of the. I think it just like the console itself.
On the
I just
other
think
hand-
looks kind of shitty. Personally, I mean,
someone created
doesn't mean
this.
so much, but
It's just a screen with paddles on the side of it.
I mean, it is. But like the little dock thing, like the lack of any color, you know what I mean?
Oh,
It
right.
sort of just blends into
But
Well,
they
the.
might
that's
do-
literally
they'll do
just a
different
dock.
Color ones. They'll do different color ones.
They probably will.
They will. It's Nintendo.
Of course they will. They'll also do like little accessories that you can clip onto it for different controller types.
Yeah.
So,
Oh shit!
so you
I
have like
hadn't
the
even
GameCube
thought
right
of
hand
that.
side and all sorts.
That's
Also that
It's
link.
stylish as fuck.
Oh man!
Can we talk about how the GameCube controller was the most comfortable controller of all time?
It
That's
was
a tired-
really
I'll
comfortable,
give you
That's
that
a
one.
tired conversation.
but it wasn't that
It is a type of
practical.
controller. No, it wasn't.
Honestly, my favorite controller is probably Xbox 360.
Yeah,
The
it's,
No,
360
that's fine.
controller's good. The Xbox
Yeah, it's
One
pretty
controller's
good.
very good as well.
I'm
No.
personally very keen on the PlayStation Move,
I bet you're not. I bet you're not keen on that
the
shiny.
bubble wand. Well, yeah,
Bet
I have a
you're-
PlayStation.
The bubble dildo. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Now-
Virtual Boy, my
It's
best.
versatile.
No.
The Virtual Boy controller was cool. It had 2 D-pads,
It did have 2 D-pads. And the Switch controller, you'll notice, has no D-pad at all.
which I'm very sad about.
I
But
think
Actually,
they
the
will change
Kinect-
that before
the
it comes
Kinect was
out.
the best controller because it was you.
I do not have the
Arguably-
self-confidence to argue that I am a better controller as a human
mean,
being than the
Yeah,
GameCube
I was
controller.
gonna say, like, arguably that means it's a worse controller.
If you're going
Yeah.
by moving
I mean,
parts, then yes, you beat
I'm not
most
very
controllers.
comfortable to hold it all, so.
The Switch controller is a
Don't use
dog,
me as
so that's fine.
How do you control console with dog?
Well,
like
have a
to
look at
tell
the
me?
link I sent and you'll see.
What?
Ugh. Oh, I've seen this. It's really cute. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a doggo.
Yeah, I've seen that. Because the,
Oh, that reminds me
the
that,
side things look like a dog ear.
Yes.
The top-down
Oh,
view
yeah.
of the Nintendo 64 looks like a koala's face.
What?
Not if you've got the Pikachu one.
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, my mate Matt had a Pikachu N64 in his collection of hundreds of Pikachus.
Did he have Hey You Pikachu?
Yeah, he did.
What a,
Oh,
what a
did he?
game.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? I want to play
I
that game, but it
haven't.
didn't. It never came out here.
No, it didn't. I bought the US version.
Well, can you play it?
No. We need to get US N64.
It came out in the U.S. but not in fucking Europe.
Yeah, because they
That's-
didn't want to.
that
They
is
didn't want to
fairly
deal with
common
the voice
before the year
recognition for
2000,
people
yes.
with accents on their English. So
Nowadays, of course,
Can you
they
imagine
just do
someone
it.
from
But, like,
Glasgow, Shiny, trying to
they-
play that game?
they just
Yeah.
don't allow Scottish people to play like brain training. I remember.
You can't get ready, diddy!
you can't get ready, did he?
I think it's discrimination, personally.
It is.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Fucking racist.
It's very
What the fuck?
offensive.
Wasn't that
Like
thing?
my mate's phone, if he says "Okay Google" to it, it won't do anything. But if I say "Okay Google," then it works perfectly.
Drop that stupid fucking accent, Cats. and you'll be good.
Wasn't that
Hey,
a thing with the
Google.
Kinect that it couldn't recognize faces on black people?
Yes.
That's pretty fucking bad.
That's pretty
So I
funny,
guess
actually.
they never had anyone working from Microsoft to test it, I guess.
They're just so stealthy. It's just difficult.
Man, we did not want to talk about the Annex.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. Oh,
Well, I
there's
would have-
like
wait,
5
is it-
seconds of a new Mario game. Oh,
Is it?
good heavens.
Is the Breath of the Wild? Is that going to be NX or is that going to
Yes.
be?
That's going to be
It's
both.
gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
It's gonna
on
be-
both, and it's gonna run like shit on the
So
NX
it's
because
it's
it
going
was
to be the
designed
classic
for it.
fucking Nintendo flop where they do the fucking Zelda right at the end of the lifespan of the previous console.
Yes.
Like they have done
Yeah.
every single fucking
Yeah,
time.
but
Yeah.
this time I'm gonna actually buy the Wii U version because I know that it'll become an expensive collector's
Exactly.
item.
That's smart.
Fucking Twilight Princess GameCube, which I do actually have. Thank fuck.
Nice.
It's the superior version because it's not flipped.
It's
But
not
you're
flipped.
bragging. I
and
like
it's got
the
decent
flip.
controls. Actually,
Yes.
the Wii controls are alright.
He has a sword in his left hand with cannon.
Yep.
Actually,
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Oh
Yes.
shit! Yes. Sick!
they flipped it.
Fucking
They did.
bring back
The-
the left-handed boy.
I mean, that is a detail I don't really care about, but I mean,
Well,
yeah,
that's
they did.
because
They
you're
did flip it.
right-handed.
No, I'm left-handed, man.
Are you left-handed?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Fuck you. For
Fucking
being
race traitor.
flip-flopper. Flip-flopping ass bitch.
Left-handed, well, fuck you.
You've got to support the team.
Are you
The
left-handed,
team.
Jenny?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Wow,
are.
we have a lot of lefties here today.
Gross.
Lefties. Are
They're taking
fucking
over. We've got to keep them
weirdos,
down.
So we flock together. That's how it works.
Self-pause.
Anyway.
That should probably be a question. Left-handed
Next
people in video
segment.
games.
Link.
Man, I wanted to
Link
say
is literally
something
no one else.
about the fucking NX
Yeah, probably
thing.
actually no one else.
I wanted to
I'm gonna
say
have a
something
look.
about the
Left-handed.
Switch.
Go on.
So I saw that like they showed fucking Skyrim as they're like, wham, we're having third-party video games on our console thing.
Yep.
Now, thing about this whole Nintendo thing, right? This is a good idea. This whole like, okay, well, you can just take your fucking game with you wherever you want, right?
Yep.
I mean, I feel like if they had decided maybe to give it a little while longer with this console and just made it so that they had fucking full third-party support, like fully backed third-party support, like PS4 and Xbox.
They'll
Have you
never get
seen
that.
the list of third parties that are on board for the NX?
They'll never get that because the hardware is too different. They had the
Yeah,
same thing
the
with the
hardware-
Wii
But
U.
it's
The
mobile
hardware was
hardware,
too
though.
different.
And that's sort of the issue. I mean, like, and that's like if they were able to do that, I think everyone would just buy that console because then, I mean, if I could pick, like, hey, should I get Red Dead Redemption 2 for PS4, Xbox, or this fucking Switch, I'd pick the Switch every time because then I can fucking take it on the train with me if I go to work or
Yep.
some shit, you know?
Here
Like,
is a list of third parties
They'd
who
have
seem
a
to have
monopoly.
signed up to the
You
Switch.
can never get the same. You'll never get that. That'll literally never happen. Also, those third parties, I don't think all of them will be making games
They'll
for
dry up.
for
but
it.
They made
They
one or
might be
two
people
things.
who have received dev kits, but not
Maybe.
actual game makers.
Man, why the
Depends.
hell is Autodesk on this list?
I see
Because that's a
Grasshopper on there
technology
though.
partner. All the ones at the bottom are technology partners.
Okay.
I see Grasshopper. I see
Also-
fucking No
I
More
see
Heroes
From
3.
Software, which is the one I care about.
Further
Not about
on.
anybody else.
Platinum.
I know. I mean,
Also
I know
Platinum,
this
That's
won't.
already.
I know this won't come as a disappointment to anyone on Earth, but Skyrim is not actually on the
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why they
Bethesda's-
showed the video. Like, I don't know why.
Bethesda's
I
on the
don't-
list there.
Yeah, but they've confirmed that Skyrim will not be a
Oh,
game
have they?
on the
That's interesting.
Switch.
I wonder why.
It's really
Hmm.
dumb. Yeah, I don't know why they showed it on
That's
the
very
video.
It's like,
but-
interesting.
they're like, let's demonstrate how
Oh
much
boy, they have
third-party
Konami.
support we have.
But
Why
they
is-
would have
yeah,
had
I
to
was
have had
gonna
permission
say,
from
what-
Bethesda to use that, right?
Well,
Why is-
So-
I assume that Konami will port some of their
Pachinko.
mobile games over.
Konami will
Konami.
put mobile stuff. They've got Pro Evolution
Pachinko.
Soccer, and
It's
they've
just gonna
got.
be pachinko ports.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
Konami is a fucking burning pile of rubble by the time
Yeah.
that console comes out, is what I hope.
In
Smoldering
6 months'
crater.
time, 5 months' time now.
I've got this problem. Where
Also,
I still,
indie
to
creators
this
on there.
fucking day, I cannot ever fucking remember the name of Death Stranding because in my head it's firmly called Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. And I literally
Norman
yesterday
Reedus
I
with
had
his
to
Funky
Google that
Fetus.
to try and find out what the fucking name of the actual
Does
game
it
is.
come up if you Google Norman
I'm sure it
Reedus and the
does.
Funky
It
Fetus?
does.
There's a lot of
That's-
things that you can
that's
put
what it's
into Google
called.
that give you that.
Yeah.
It's like weird Russian
Oh my God,
pop
I-
song on top of the pops will give you the weird Russian pop song on top of the pops, even
I
though it's
don't-
not called that.
I don't have a source I can link for this. Actually, like, I guess I could Google it, but like, saw some screenshot of an interview with Hideo about like asking, was Norman Reedus naked when he did the mocap for that? Kojima's like, no, he was wearing underwear, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
he wanted to attach
Kojima.
like mocap balls to his dick.
Kojima, you are wonderful.
Didn't allow it.
Who else is on there? Third party wise, Grasshopper's on there.
No more Heroes Free, let's go.
Atlas is on there. That's fucking cool.
Hardcore cat petting action. Here we go.
Also, Platinum. Some fucking maybe
Telltale's
some,
on there.
what's it called? Wonderful 101 next.
Oh yes.
But that game sold like shit, so that's why
It
Platinum
did,
don't
but
make any
that's not the point.
sequels. Except Bayonetta.
Platinum seem to be a company that don't make games that sell well. I don't.
No, it's
quite
because
get
they don't
it.
get marketed.
Is it because they don't get marketed? Is it because they're making games that are so niche nowadays that
I
people
guess so.
don't
I
really
don't
want
know.
them?
Yeah, I think
don't
they've
know.
just become niche, but for some reason they're going to keep making them.
But they're beloved. This is the
Bayonetta was
thing.
big though, like when it came out. I think.
Bayonetta
That
was considered fairly big, but that was on the tail end of those types of games being popular.
Yeah.
That genre is now just like dead in terms of popularity. So I don't know.
It's got. Last thing I want to really bring up with this is like, what's the battery life gonna be? Because that seems like a concern to me.
I reckon 4 or 5 hours mobile without a charge.
No, I
what I
reckon it'll be less. I
could
reckon
be
they'll
less,
be
though.
like, you've got to put it in the dock every so often.
Yeah. It's, well,
I
it's gonna
think
be
they'll-
designed
We're
for
talking
that.
They'll be
Game
like,
Gear
if you're
levels of
talking,
battery life.
yeah, if we're talking, if you take it to your friend's house, you're gonna have to plug it into their dock, and
Yeah,
then you know. I mean, I miss battery life.
If
I
they
do.
are sensible, they will make sure that it has like a mini USB port on the bottom.
They probably will. Although I hope it has a better USB port.
It has
Well,
a
like
crank on
a
the
mini
back that
USB
you can-
3, so that you can do fast charging with it with like any generic USB charger. Because then people will just buy like generic USB chargers, like people are doing for their phones nowadays. Honestly, it probably is quite clever. If they go like the mobile route in terms of the form factor, it probably is quite sensible. Because it
It
means
has
that
a
they can
generator
piggyback onto
inside to
everybody else's
activate
shit.
by waggling.
Yeah, no more waggle though. That's going to be entertaining.
There's been virtually no waggle on the Wii U though.
There's
Yeah,
been
there
gyroscopic controls though, which was interesting because they didn't show those off for Splatoon at all, despite the fact that Splatoon is going to be on the system by the look of things.
It'll just be analog stick. I like the gyroscope.
Also, another release of Mario Kart 8 with more characters. Oh baby, here we go.
And a game that looks like it might be Super Mario 64.
Yeah,
Oh.
a new 3D Mario. As
I
well.
want a 64 style Mario.
Yeah,
I do.
It's been a while.
What, like a
Galaxy
hub
was the
world?
last one. Well, Galaxy
Well,
too.
Galaxy wasn't really 64-ish, to be honest. 64 was the last. Well, no, Sunshine was the
Sunshine
last.
was the last one that was like that.
64-y
Yes.
one.
I count 64-ish as like just hub. It's a 3D Mario with a hub world.
Technically,
and you go into
64
different
DS
places.
is the last one that you've had like that.
64 DS.
That one wasn't very good.
No, it
64
was a
DS is
great
very
game.
good.
It had a
I
lot of
didn't
great
like it.
stuff. It was just assassinated by bad controls.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyway, so that's the Nintendo NX, and I predict
Anything else
it
on
will be
that?
a failure because I'm feeling like Michael Pachter right now.
Yo, quick mention: motherfucking Jackbox Party Pack 3 as hell.
Oh, of course, Jackpot.
Oh, yeah,
I saw
Show. Is it any good? I wonder.
It has a new. The only like big game on it is Quiplash, but I saw this game called TKO. Like a T-shirt.
Yeah.
It looked
Oh, I
fucking
see.
awesome.
You have to draw a T. Is it you draw a T-shirt or you given like a T-shirt design? you
No,
have to make a
basically,
caption?
no. People, it's kind of like Quiplash in that you vote on the funniest thing, but basically, you get to first like write a bunch of pictures and write a bunch of slogans for T-shirts, and then it gives the game jumbles them all and then gives them to a few players to like, and you have to match the drawings to
Okay.
some logos in a way that's funny, and then you vote on the best ones. It looks so fucking funny when I watched it. I want to play that.
Yeah, that does actually sound really fun.
Because it's completely user generated, everything, which is really, really good.
Inti Creates is on the Nintendo Switch list. Oh baby, here we go again.
Hey, Inti Creates makes some good shit.
They've also made some.
What good shit do they make?
Well, let me just bring up a list of everything that Inti Creates made and then say
I
that.
don't
As you
recognize
strike
the
a
name.
Gunvolt and stuff like that seems to be
Mega Man
regarded.
9 and 10, they made those.
Oh.
and
That's true.
they are both fucking fantastic.
Yeah, they are good.
Create sounds like Antichrist. Coincidence?
No.
They also made the Mega
Oh,
Man
they're
Zero
making-
games.
They're making Castlevania Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
No, they're publishing that.
Oh, they're publishing
Castlevania
it, okay.
Bloodstained Ritual of
Oh,
the
no.
Night.
Oh, they made Galaga? I know that fucking game. Oh wait, maybe they just published it. Oh no, they
Yeah,
made it.
there's a lot that they publish
Fucking
now.
hell.
But they develop and they publish, so you have to be careful with Inti as to what they're doing. I'm sure it'll be better than nothing at any rate.
So I'm making
Mighty
a,
Number 9.
Oh, Mega Man Zero. I didn't know they made this shit. The game's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I want
That's
to
the
make
Metroidvania style one, isn't it? I
Yes.
think. Yeah.
so it's sort of like a bit mission based.
Yeah, I vaguely remember seeing it.
I prefer just having levels, to be honest with you.
You prefer levels.
I like levels.
I like. both
I
in
miss
different
when
games.
video games had levels.
Well, there's a video game that you could play called Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, which has levels.
I've already seen those levels, Moogle.
Maybe you should play it.
When's Lawyer Guy going into early access?
That's what I want to know.
Early access, just pay me 20% off $13.99 in order to get the first 2 levels of the game, and then nothing forever because the development suddenly stopped.
You've claimed bankruptcy and you're going to go into receivership, and yeah.
Hopefully, I'll get out of
Remember
paying
Cube
taxes.
World?
But then you'll announce Lawyer World, the spiritual successor.
It's
Only
the
$9.99,
standard-
20% off,
This-
guys.
No, $13.99. Actually, no, it's my second game, so it'll be like $16.99.
Yeah. Not like Brilliant Bob.
Brilliant Bob was 10p.
It was
Audacious Bob.
10p. And you got it refunded, you piece of fuck.
I actually got Brilliant Bob back because it was being given away for free,
Oh
so
my
I now
God.
own a copy of Brilliant Bob again.
I hate you.
That game was so bad it made Catsman eat a candy wrapper.
Hey.
I hope someone just delivers you lots and lots of chocolate wrappers.
It was an
for Christmas.
edible candy wrapper.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't an edible
Oh, it
one,
was.
it was a
Okay, that explains it,
biodegradable
actually.
one.
It was a
Not
biodegradable
supposed to be
candy
eaten
wrapper,
still.
which basically means the same thing. It means that you won't shit it out in its original form. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna make a wager here, right? Because I played a game that's still under NDA, but I'm gonna wager that by the time this podcast is released, no one will care enough about the NDA for it to be a problem, or the NDA. How long does it take an NDA to expire?
Is your microphone okay, Kat?
Is it? I don't know. Is
Is it
it?
Wind channel?
it's probably said in the agreement how long it takes to expire.
Oh, I didn't read that.
I signed up to more legalese bullshit because why
Oh,
not?
okay.
I was
Apparently,
elected to lead, not to read.
I'm fine if I don't post any pictures or videos of it. Okay, so Ubisoft showed off that game called Steep at E3.
No.
What did it look like?
It was a game where you ride down a mountain
Oh!
and you have like a wingsuit and snowboards and skis
Oh,
and
yeah,
all
I
that stuff,
remember
and it actually looked kind of enjoyable.
Is it enjoyable?
Well,
Your trepidation says everything.
I applied and I got into the closed alpha of that game, and here is my experience. So yeah, I actually really like downhill sports games. Used to play a lot of them back in the sort of like
SSX
earlier
and-
PlayStations. So I was like, yeah, this might be good. I mean, it's Ubisoft, but it might. I was like, it's Ubisoft, but it might be good. So I started up the game. It was a bit janky. It's an alpha, whatever. I accept that. Alphas are janky. The instructor was like, get your wingsuit on and jump off a cliff. So I did, and I flew through some rings, and then a prompt came up on the screen saying, press space bar to land, right? So the default controls are WASD for like the mappings of one analog stick, and then IJKNL for the other with no
sounds
mouse.
about right.
And a button prompt showed up on the screen, and the button prompts in Steep aren't the name of the key. They're they're like an icon which is fine if it's like a really obvious button, like, I don't know, the plus button. Button up, it was a horizontal line that came up, and I was like, it was like press horizontal line, and I was like, what is that? What is horizontal line? And I kept drifting on the wingsuit, hammering every button on my keyboard.
It strikes me that this is a game that would have benefited from controllers rather than keyboard. Were you being purposefully contrarian by wanting to play the game with mouse and keyboard?
I play every game with a keyboard.
I'm aware of this.
Anyway.
I know you also have a joypad, however, that you could have used.
Anyway, so it said press horizontal line, and eventually I figured out that was the space bar. Push that. It's like at one point it told me push, and then it displayed an up arrow. You know what button that was? It wasn't the up arrow. It was shift. Fuck that game.
That's an up arrow, yeah.
Anyway,
press the jump button to jump.
Press button 3 to do action 2.
It took me a few seconds to find the space bar, and when I finally did push it, I left the wingsuit, dropped down to the ground. I was about a mile further down the mountain than I should have been, so I was like, okay, I'll just restart the game so that I can
just glide back up the mountain.
I was like, okay, I'll just restart that section and land in that place. So I pushed the restart button, and I spawned in the exact same spot as I landed, half a mile down the mountain. So I was like, okay, I'll just open up the map and manually set my spawn point. And I opened up the map, and the only place it would let me spawn was the exact same spot I was standing in.
Neat.
So I was like, okay, I'll just kill the character. So I there's a button you can push to just like ragdoll. So I just dropped the character down the mountain. And he died, and that was really sad. And I spawned back in the same spot, like a mile down the mountain from where I was supposed to be. And I can point out, you can hike in that game, and your guy is so fucking slow. It would have taken me like an hour to walk up to where I needed to be.
Neat.
So I was like, okay, I'll just get out the snowboard and board to the bottom of the mountain and ignore having to land in that drop zone. And the game wouldn't let me snowboard until I got back into the spot that I was supposed to land in. So I was like, fine, I'll restart the entire game. So I closed the game and restarted. I spawned back in that spot about a mile down from... So I was like, okay, that's fair enough. I thought, I'll delete my save data. So I exited the game, deleted all my save data from the Steep folder in My Documents, fired the game back up, ready to sort of finally nail that landing and go snowboarding. I spawned back in the same place, about a mile downhill from the landing zone. The game had backed up my save to the cloud and automatically re-downloaded everything when I started back up. No option to turn that off.
No, now you need to turn off the servers.
No problem. No option to delete my save.
Were you responsible for a DDoS attempt yesterday by any chance?
No, nothing in Uplay, nothing anywhere. Sure? There is no way to delete your save or reset. Now, I know it's an alpha, okay, but Ubisoft, why? You had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 opportunities to add some kind of sanity check or let the player restart or undo.
I bet there's a button somewhere that you've not looked at.
You had 7 opportunities and you took none of them. I spent 3 minutes gliding and 45 minutes trying to restart the game. Chip's challenge lets you restart the level.
Bummer.
This game, I've stopped being mad at Ubisoft. I'm beyond it.
I played a Ubisoft game in allegedly alpha. It's not alpha. It's quite clearly in beta. But I played For Honor about a month ago now.
Meme game, history.
It's really nice. It's a really good game.
The meme history.
Cool.
It was pretty fun. Like really good third-person combat.
They have a campaign, which is weird.
Apparently they do, yeah.
Like the story of that campaign looks fucking awful to me.
It does.
But, yeah.
It's probably not going to be that relevant.
It's real bad.
But the multiplayer portion of the game is amazing. So I'm quite happy with it. It played really well.
Cool.
I'll check that out.
I want them to do another beta test though, because I want to play it again. And they're not going to do one.
I'll just buy it when it comes out.
That's what I'm going to do.
Buy the game.
Because I was expecting that to be completely crap. But it ended up being really, really, really fun. So
I hope it's got some longevity. I hope I can get stuff from my character.
There's
and maybe
a lot.
different
There's a lot of
skill sets.
customization. There's a lot of depth to the combat as well, which is nice because I expected it to be really shallow combat, but it's got all sorts of like fighting game cancels, feints, it's all sorts. It's really fun.
Do they have siege tactics at all in that game? Are there
Siege
sieges?
Yeah, you play as a guy basically.
Okay.
So probably not. No, it's not like a strategy game or anything. It's a third-person
Yeah,
action
but I
game.
figured it might be like what's that other fucking game? Oh god. There we go, Mountain Blade, where they like they're putting sieges in.
No, it's not like that. You're given like maps and stuff to play on, and there's not quite like that. No, it's a little bit more casual than that.
Casual.
Casuals.
Skeleton.
Skeleton. I was just gonna say,
Skeleton.
give us a skeleton.
Man.
All right, so the
Next
skeleton.
segment.
What? Yeah, skeleton. The skeleton I'm featuring this time is let's talk about wheel skeletons, guys. I feel like I
here
need
we
to bring
go.
these guys out at
damn.
some point.
Oh,
You can tell
okay.
Happy has recently played through Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, no,
Yeah.
Dark Souls. I
Dark
played
Souls
Dark
1.
This land is peaceful. Its inhabitants kind.
Yeah. Fuck
Yes,
that.
yes they are.
So, wheel skeletons ripped straight from the pages of Berserk. They are like guys who got broken on a breaking wheel, like with some medieval execution method where you put someone on a wagon wheel and then bludgeon them to death. Which is
After
pretty
breaking
terrible.
all their limbs.
Yeah, which is pretty terrible. But then you become an awesome wheel skeleton, so it's okay. And somehow your bones heal. And these guys are infamous enemies in Dark Souls. Like I think before I played the game, the only enemies I knew about were wheel skeletons and the basilisks, the lizard guys with big eyes.
Yeah,
Like those are the two famous enemies, I guess.
same.
It's because they're both from hell.
Yeah, so they're super like hard to beat because they come at you super fast from the darkness and just kick your ass.
Yep.
But
If you don't have a stable shield, you're pretty
Yeah.
much screwed.
Or
Actually,
you just
I've-
roll through them. If you
also-
don't know that you need to do that, though, you get fucked because you just get stun locked and you die.
I partly choose the feature of the skeleton to brag because I beat the very first playthrough I beat them without ever dying to a wheel skeleton. So fuck you guys. But I just love how fun they have when they peel out. They look like they're having a really good time all the time.
They
That's
do.
why I like them so much.
Did
Just
you
go
get?
So
super
that would
fast
be
and roll
really
around.
fun.
Did you get the rare drop of the skeleton, the bone
Yes,
skeleton shield?
you can use their skeleton wheel as a shield and
And a
spin
weapon.
it around to cause
Yep.
damage in the same way that they do. It's great. But yeah,
Right.
Yeah, those are really integral for all shield runs.
Yep.
would you suffer a pretty painful death in order to spend your afterlife as a wheel skeleton? I know I'd think about it. It looks
I
really
wouldn't.
fun.
But
I
what I
wouldn't
will
say
say,
no right away.
I mean,
Is that-
if the option is be a die a normal death and be a skeleton, or die a painful death and be a wheel skeleton, you know.
If I was a
Maybe the
wheel
wheels-
skeleton, would I be able to take the wheel off when I needed to like go to bed?
I don't know actually.
you
Well,
don't need
skeletons
to
don't need
because
to
the
go to
wheel,
bed.
the wheel is your bed.
Yeah,
You simply
but
lie back, and then that's your bed.
I have a picture of a
that's
wheel
not
skeleton
sure
here.
if that would be comfortable.
But you're a skeleton.
As a
Well, I could
skeleton,
die
I
and
You
think
have no
become a
need of
skeleton.
comfort. You are a skeleton.
no, skeletons need more comfort because they don't have natural padding. So
But they
their-
don't have any nerves, so they
their
can't feel
chairs
anymore.
and stuff will need to be like twice as soft as everyone
But
else's.
they won't because you can't feel softness anymore because you have no nerves.
Magic.
You can feel softness.
The only
through-
thing that you feel is anger and rage as a skeleton.
not me.
Oh, I don't know.
I'd
No,
feel
I don't
pretty
know.
good as being a skeleton.
But skeletons are always smiling though.
It's true, they are
Thankfully.
always smiling. That's a good point.
I might be mischievous.
It's a
I'd grant you
sinister
that.
smile, though.
They are fun skeletons.
It's the kind you get when you see someone fall down a manhole.
Yeah, I guess so.
I am foolish enough to have a 3D monitor, and that wheel skeletons in 3D is a genuinely terrifying experience because they come out of the darkness and they look like they're coming into the screen. It's just one of those moments where you go, "Oh shit, no, please no."
Well, if you were a regular skeleton, you could always just get a wheel.
That's true.
You
Rob
could attach,
another
so you
rob
attach
another
the wheel
skeleton
to
from
like
his
your
wheel.
your pelvis or whatever, and then you're just good to go. You just plug it in.
Aside from
Or
like,
you grab one wheel skeleton with your hands and the other with your feet, and you're a motorcycle.
I'm trying to think of enemies in Dark Souls that have been in every single game, and you've got basilisks, and you've got like outside of generic normal enemies like
You just use the word generic.
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 Well,
Generic.
basilisks in Demon Souls.
Basilisks, you've got wheel skeletons. I'm trying to think if you've got anything else.
Undead.
Yeah, well,
there's
outside of
normal
those
undead
ones.
guys. Those don't
Generic
count.
undead guys.
What are they called? Not harpies. Those crow people.
Oh, the crow demons.
The crow people, yeah, I guess there's
I've
crow
only
people.
I've
in
only
all
played the
games.
first one, so I can't comment on the. I know the wheel skeletons are in all games.
Yes, they are. Although they don't appear very heavily in Dark Souls 2, for
Good.
which everyone was very thankful. They nerf them every single game, essentially.
Oh,
it's very
that
disappointing.
sucks. I like him like this.
In the second one, they only show up in a boss fight, and even then, there's only 2 of them, and they don't
Yeah.
drop anything.
No. Dark Souls 1 has the best skeletons by far.
Yeah,
Enemy skeletons.
those giant skeleton dogmen.
The giant
are
skeleton dogs
horrifying.
Oh, fuck those
are
guys.
Despair. Please, just take
Those
them
are
away.
actually the worst skeletons for me. Like
I think
the
they
skeletons.
are... There are some really, really good skeletons, and they're good skeletons in terms of the design, but I hate fighting them.
aesthetic great skeletons.
The pillars of bone are quite good as well, just a pillar
but
of
they're
skeletons.
Pretty much
It always
the
looks
exact
like
same
it's
as
about to fall
Castlevania,
over
but
as
yeah.
well. That's quite funny.
Well, they do fall over on
They
you
do
if you
fall
get close
over quite
enough.
regularly, and they damage you when they do it.
Anyway,
Great fun.
Let's not bring up other skeletons from Dark Souls because I might.
Well, because
do
you
more
want to
of
go
them.
for more
Well,
skeletons.
there's a lot of skeletons. I'm just gonna do every skull that's on Nito.
You could do. He's a skeleton made up of skeletons.
I love
And
when
a
games
sword out of
have
skeleton.
skeletons and they don't take them seriously, like
he's
in
got a sword out of
Castle
skeletons.
Crashes.
I mean, everything he does is skeletons.
In Castle Crashes, there's a skeleton player, and when you shoot an arrow, he just uses a bone instead of an arrow.
Nice.
It's pretty awesome. Not to get too sidetracked, but I love skeleton enemies that throw bones at you.
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
taking the bones from themselves?
Yeah.
That seem to just have an infinite supply of bones. Like they just reach into their own rib cage and just grab another bone.
Zelda's really bad at that because its skeletons have very few bones on them already, but they're always throwing bones at you.
Magic.
In Castlevania, they do it. It looks like they're chuckling.
Yeah, they do as well.
Dude, yeah, the Castlevania skeletons are super happy. They
Yeah.
love their jobs.
Hey, remember that one from Chronicles, which is riding like a giant skeleton spider thing?
Oh, that guy was fucking weird.
Yes, he was.
Are there any games where the skeleton enemies do actually run out of bones if they keep throwing them at you? I feel like there
I've never
is.
seen it.
I feel like there must be.
I'll
There must
add
be at
that
least
to
one,
Lawyer
right?
Guy. If there isn't,
Yeah.
that'll be a feature.
Are they
I'll
gonna
put
be
it on the back of the box. The skeletons will run out of bones.
Detailed bone simulation engine
Are they
runs
gonna
on
be-
this game,
are they gonna be
counting
lawyer
the amount of
skeletons?
bones.
Yeah,
No, there'll
there
probably
should
be
a,
robotic skeletons.
A new game plus where you play a skeleton lawyer.
Yeah,
Skeleton jelly.
Pro bono.
he's a good skeleton. And a good skeleton. Oh my god.
I'm writing that one down.
No,
There you
that's,
go.
That's
Wow.
no, that's
Good
the hard
job.
mode. That's hard mode.
Pro
Pro bono
bono.
mode.
Yeah, you
Pro
have to
bono.
play as a skeleton who dies in one hit.
Fucking hell.
That's so good.
There you
Yeah,
go.
make sure when you die, you explode
Into
a
bones.
bunch
Yes.
of bones.
like way more bones than any human being ought to have, ideally.
Like, fill the entire screen.
Make the game lag to 1 frame per second because of the amount of bone sprites that you put on when you die.
It runs with
Yeah, it has to
1,000
last.
objects in the game on like an 800 megahertz like AMD Duron
Make
processor.
sure that it lags.
So in order
a
to
Core
lag it, I
i7
would have to
when you
spawn
die.
like hundreds of thousands of bones.
Fine, do it.
Make it
Well,
so.
okay then.
That or you have on the back of the box detailed bone simulator, and you can only have as many bones in the human skeleton.
Back of the box, detailed bone simulator, over 100,000 bones.
100,000 bones per second.
Over 20 pounds of bones.
20 pounds of bones and sinew
And cartilage.
and cartilage.
I need to find. Oh,
Pro
there's
bono.
that fucking
Oh my God.
screen cap from an anime where it's like this guy has 8 times the number of normal human bones. Shit, where is that?
Are they
Let's find
just smaller than regular human
it.
bones?
Yeah, like his ribs are made up of 10 bones each.
I
Nice.
don't
And it looks
think that would
fucking
be
ridiculous.
I don't think that would be any stronger. I think
It's
the
supposed to be a
strongest
power thing.
the strongest human
So
would
he's
only
really
have
bendy
one
or stretchy or what?
one
Don't
bone.
fucking
You could
know,
make
I've
them
just
into
seen the screen
triangles
cap.
of bones, though. Then they'd be really strong.
There's this disease that when your muscles get damaged, they heal into bones and you basically get trapped. It's horrifying.
What?
I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, I've seen
There is
that.
one of those, yeah.
It's
yeah,
like
that's the
Stone
worst.
Man syndrome or something.
There's,
that what
there
Tree
are
Man has?
diseases where when you
Terrible.
take physical damage, if you
No,
take
that's a
physical
different one.
trauma, your bones, like, go overboard trying to heal the damage.
Horrifying right there.
Yeah, you basically get trapped in your own body. Eventually, you can't move at all.
It sounds so
And you
fucking
die.
emo
Fucked
right
up.
there.
You
Trapped
just
in my
call
own
up
body.
having too many bones emo.
But then when you get reanimated
Edgy
as a
as
skeleton,
fuck.
you're just the buffest skeleton ever.
Every cloud has a silver lining. Happy man.
Yeah,
It's
you'll be
basically a suit of armor.
you'll be fuck. When's a dark fantasy game gonna have that shit?
Soon.
Swole skeletons.
Yeah.
That's what we need more of.
Yeah, the people who used the longbows in medieval days, when you look at their skeletons, their forearms are actually thick. The bones
Yep.
are thicker because of all the
They
force.
deform their skeletons because of all the archery they do.
Wow,
Man.
that's
It's
crazy.
pretty horrifying actually, because
I mean-
if you looked at them today, they'd be fucking deformed.
Well, did it make
Longbows are
the,
pretty goddamn good, though. Good reason.
Yeah, exactly.
it didn't make
Is
the
that
bodies
a-
worse? Then
It-
that seems like it would make it better.
No, it depends.
Well, it
For the
depends. If
purposes
you
of
just
archery,
shoot
it makes you
longbows,
really
it'd be
fucking
great.
good. But
Yeah, you
for
get
the
better
purposes
at
of
archery
everything
with
else-
worse at everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a time period where the king just said every other sport is outlawed besides archery?
Wouldn't surprise
So, like,
if you try to
yeah,
train
so-
up soldiers.
Yeah,
Well, where?
so we just
Yeah, it was like back in, Middle Ages, kings would just go, okay, when you're like 10 years old, you have to practice archery for a certain
Yeah.
number of hours a day. It's important.
Because it was pretty much that's where all your kills were coming from in a war, is archery.
We need to bring back blood sports.
Do we, though?
gotta have the melee again. You want to have some
We need
melees?
another Coliseum.
I mean,
Do
we have
we, though? We've
we have
already got
UFC,
one.
but
I'd rather have like rich guys kill each other, though. You know,
What,
I'd rather
rich
have-
guys kill each other by withholding life-saving medicines from one another. I'd
Rich
watch
people-
that.
No,
Rich
by
people-
increasing the
Yeah.
cost of life-saving medicine for each other.
Yeah.
rich people don't need to kill each other. They can hire people to kill each other for them. That's why they're rich, or like that. That's the point of being rich, is you can hire
The,
people.
the
to do it.
only reason to be rich is that you can hire someone to kill people.
You know what I
for you.
mean?
That's why the Middle Ages were the best ages, man.
Just do death row inmates.
Not sure
Like
if I agree
Running
with
Man?
that. Actually, not
Running
not
Man.
not entirely sure about that. Now, if we would what I do approve of is people building robots to fight battles for them.
Yes.
Yeah, I could go along with that.
BattleBots.
It's just Robot Wars came back on recently, and now I've just got a hankering to play a game or something where you build robots and fight them against other
Is it
people.
as,
I
is it as
reckon.
good as the original run? I haven't
Yeah.
watched any of the new
Yeah,
ones.
it is as
We need
good.
to get
Yeah.
Boston Dynamics involved in it just to bully all the house robots.
Yeah, I want bipedal robots fighting one another like in boxing. That's what I want.
Like Rock'em
Well-
Sock'em, but like
Yeah,
real.
exactly. Like, no, you could do it. You could tie in. You could have like Rock'em Sock'em Robots Extreme, and it'd be like two like Boston Dynamics like research level. It would be like halfway between Sumatori and boxing
Yes,
and Robot Wars.
Although I think we're about 20 years too late to be slapping extreme onto a word and making it a title.
Extreme is a great word. Lawyer
yeah.
guy, extreme.
Fashion
about
is
that.
cyclic. You can use extreme now. It's
Yeah,
back
that's
in.
true.
Yeah, it's come back.
It's ironic now.
Yeah,
It's still valid.
yeah,
And it's even more ironic if it's an extreme.
yeah.
Extreme
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
That's
good.
a bit too far.
No, it's not. That's just far enough.
So I'm gonna start up a conundrum now.
Here we
Cool.
go. A Canandram.
What video game do you love the most, even if you know deep down that it sucks?
Shenmue.
Indigo Prophecy.
That's a
I guess.
difficult question.
Oh man, Indigo Prophecy.
I know I
Indigo
must have
Prophecy is endearing, isn't it? In a way,
It is.
well, in the same way that Shenmue is, I guess.
Unfortunately, I can't answer this question because I have incredible taste in video games and I don't like anything bad. So
What's the video game that you like that everyone else says is bad, but you know is good because you have incredible taste?
I liked the the things that people didn't like about the original Wind Waker. Like I liked the Triforce Hunt, things like that.
You know, I'm just gonna say that snooker game you got in a box of cereal.
Yeah. That's Well, I don't like Lord. That is a fucking great game. I just remembered it today. So.
I like Skyward Sword despite the fact that I know it's a bad video
I
game.
like it too, but I actually do think it's a good game.
I don't think
Let's
it's
not
particularly
talk
good, but I
about
still
Skyward
like it.
Sword.
Yeah, let's not
We've
talk
had
about
this
that
one
one.
before.
Everything has been
Outside of
said.
that, there are some light gun games that I know are absolutely awful in every respect except the core shooting, because how do you fuck up light gun shooting? It's very difficult. But everything else about it, from graphics to voice acting to the art, everything is shit.
But they're going for that campy style. A lot of light gun
It's
games,
not
aren't they?
intentional, though.
I've never actually played it, but I like Fishman for the Genesis or whatever.
No, oh my god,
Dreamcast?
Seaman.
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 For
Seaman.
Dreamcast.
Right, the euphemism.
No.
No.
I forgot that it had that.
I played many demos in Demo Derby that were awful. That I liked nonetheless.
My
Demo Derby.
Well, at least one of my answers is going to be Jurassic Park Trespasser.
Oh god.
Oh no, fuck that.
Like, in terms of quality of game, it is bottom of the barrel. But in terms of entertainment,
Quality of breasts is top of the barrel.
the breast, I didn't realize this, but the huge breasts that you see when you look down in Trespasser are the ass crack of someone who worked on the dev team. That is.
Please tell me that is a true story.
That is a true story, according
That's
to
great.
one of the developers.
God damn.
No.
Also,
Amazing.
I don't know
That's
if you've ever
amazing.
seen it in third person, but your player model is literally a pair of floating tits and an arm.
Oh my god, I'm looking at it. Totally could, like, I can totally see it. Here's a picture.
Here's
Oh
a
my
picture.
God.
We'll attach this in the show notes
Oh my
in
God,
case
it
you
is.
want to see a guy's
Yeah.
crack.
Yeah, that is just
is.
straight up crack.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So you're
Brilliant.
absolutely welcome.
Slip a penny down there.
Also, the arms in that game are great as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing is, people say that, you know, with video games you can't have one that's so bad that it's good, but I think Trespasser refutes that totally, because it is genuinely so bad that it's good. Like, you have weird noodly arms that slap around everywhere and are just hilariously imprecise, and you just
Look,
it's
I disagree. Also, M. Dickey games are so bad that they are good.
oh yeah, they are. Yeah, so you know M. Dickey games are bad, but you love them.
New Testament is the fucking
New
greatest.
Testament, fuck you.
I also have to give a shout out to Manic Miner and Jet Set Willy.
Jet Set Willy.
If I had to say something controversial, it would probably be Sonic the Hedgehog. Just
I
in
can
general.
sort of see where you're coming from,
Because
but
in my heart of hearts, a lot of the level design's pretty poor.
Just the regular, like, 2D Sonic the
Yeah,
Hedgehog?
just general Sonic. Just Sonic the Hedgehog in general. It's the level design isn't that great. It's focused on spectacle rather than anything else. A
know
lot
if
of it's
it's
quite
bad.
dull.
Is it bad? I don't
Is it
know.
bad?
It's
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 kind
not
of-
bad.
quite bad. But I don't think that the formula is versatile
No,
enough to
it's
be
not.
able to stretch it for that long. I think
Yeah.
that's really the problem. Is there's only so much you can do. And once you've played one game, you've pretty much seen it all. And from
Oh,
there
yeah.
on, it's just like, look, a cool graphical effect or whatever. But yeah, I still love old Sonic. It's good.
Yes.
What was the explicit wording of this conundrum again?
A game that I've forgotten. A game.
that's-
What game do you love the most, even though you know deep down that it sucked?
I was going to say something based on the fan base of the game, of which I am the bad part of the fan base.
Are you about to say Undertale?
Yeah.
Oh.
Lo-
I've never
the,
played
the
that.
bad
As
part.
As soon as you started saying
Yeah.
that, I went just going to say Undertale.
The
The
bad
game's
part
thinking
of the
Undertale,
fan
so I
base
can't
is
really.
are like the militant part, and there are a lot of militant
I thought it was
Undertalers out
the
there.
ones that want to fuck the skeletons is the bad part of the
Hey.
fan base.
That seems like the good part of the
Not
fan
one
base.
Yeah.
to fuck a skeleton. I mean, come on.
Is there a militant fan base for
The
Undertale? Like,
fucking
what are you
hatred of
militant
fat
about?
people. You're...
There's definitely a militant fan base.
How can you be militant? I don't.
I don't know. It just happens.
Hmm.
I'm scared that to make Shenmue good. Like it's not gonna be the same if they have good voice
It won't.
actors and stuff.
They
Like,
need to not have good voice acting in it. They need to reprise the old voice
I
actors,
feel
basically.
like as long as there is still the chance you can spend an entire day just driving forklifts, it's still going to be the same caliber of video game. I wouldn't worry too much.
Okay.
No, the
I'm
voice
just
acting
fine
is
with that.
Shenmue, though. It literally is. If you took away the voice acting, that game would be nothing.
Yeah,
Excuse
pretty
me.
much.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Also,
None
the
of those-
delinquent girls. They're the best.
Get out of my space, schoolboy.
Piss off!
Huh?
They're gonna make them actually swear in the new game, you realise, because they
Oh
can do that now.
no!
What?
No.
That's
They're probably
really
gonna make them
sad.
swear,
Oh,
like properly swear, because they can do that now. They couldn't do that when it was released.
Kiss off, punk.
I find like normally if you replace a swear word with a really polite word, it's much funnier.
It's
than
much
if you just
funnier.
swear.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but they won't do it because it's
of
gonna
that-
be like a super serious game now.
Yeah, it's,
That's
well, it was
unfortunate.
always a super
Well,
serious
it
game.
kind of was,
supposed
but
to be.
Just made by
Unintentionally
someone
funny.
who like doesn't understand how human beings interact with one another or doesn't care.
Was it any better voice acted in Japanese? Did it even have Japanese voice acting?
Yeah, it did, of course.
It probably was all right in Japanese.
Tom makes more sense in the Japanese version because in the English speaking version, Tom is supposed to be American, a foreigner, so his accent has got to be different from everyone else. So in Japanese, he has a heavy like English accent on his Japanese, and it's
Okay.
just all English words all the time. But in the English version, everybody speaks English, so what are they gonna do for him? They just have him put on the weirdest possible accent in English. So he's supposed to be American, but he talks like, "Oh, hello, Rio. What's groove?" Like,
It's like they told the voice actor just put on like the weirdest, most unplaceable accent you know.
Initially, I thought it was going to be Jamaican or something like that, some like
Yeah.
West Indies accent.
yeah, he switches all the time.
But it
like,
switches, yeah, this is the thing. It doesn't make any sense.
Just pronounce every word as foreignly as you can think.
Oh, also on the topic of the conundrum, Final Fantasy VIII, deep down, it's
Oh,
bad.
fuck that
Oh
game.
yeah, man. Final Fantasy VIII's fucking awesome.
No,
Deep
it's
down,
not.
I know that it's awful, but I love it
I
regardless.
fucking
for
love
its
Final
awfulness.
Fantasy VIII.
I fucking hate Final Fantasy VIII.
love it. I'll scream that from the rooftops. I
Yeah.
will. Oh, I love that game.
Whatever. Just whatever.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. I want a fucking hot dog. Give me a hot dog.
We're
In the
under
end-
attack. What would you do? Secure all the hot dogs.
And in the end, he does get his hot dog, and he
does.
fucking chokes on it. It's great. It's the best. I'm assuming in the Japanese version that was just like bread or something, like because
Yeah.
One of
that's
those
the
triangular things with rice that
that's
always
the
look really
Japanese
delicious.
anime cliche, isn't
Do you
it?
mean donut?
Yeah,
No,
jelly
no.
donuts.
Jelly
Jelly
donut.
donuts.
Yeah, sorry, jelly donuts. My bad.
Eat your hamburgers, Apollo.
Eat your hamburgers, Apollo. It's so good.
There are 4 kids.
Under the traditional American kotatsu. It's great.
Yeah, I kind of feel like all David Cage games could kind of fit under that
Yeah, they could do.
umbrella of they're all pretty shitty, but I really love them.
I had a fucking fit at that YouTube video of the covered market section of Heavy Rain where the guy fails all the prompts.
Oh yeah.
What happens when that?
Oh my god.
Okay, look it up because
Oh,
it's
with the chickens and everything.
yeah, because
Yeah.
when you fail the prompt, the character does something really inept
Yes.
and like it's something so
It's like a critical
stupid
fail
that
in D&D.
nobody would do it.
Yeah, not only that, but they play like the same voice lines like 3 or 4 times. Hey man, what you doing?
God. Playing those games and critically failing everything is by far the most
It's so
entertaining way
fucking
of doing
funny.
it.
And it
So
doesn't
funny.
it doesn't even affect anything in the game.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
crit-
like they do it on purpose now because they know that there is a subset of people who just want to see the funny shit when you fail. Because they've done it like 3 or 4 games now, haven't they? Where they've done that. So
I think they're genuinely trying to come up with a work of art, but that's just me, you know, I might be wrong.
they're trying. Bless them.
I think it's more fun to assume some level of sincerity in it.
We get robots next time in the next game that he's doing. So
Oh yeah.
that has also all kinds of potential for going horribly wrong.
Pretty hyped. Pretty excited about that.
So the next section is Kickstarter Watch.
God,
Oh, shit.
Huzzah! 'Cause
No.
I haven't found anything like really bizarrely terrible for a while, but I'm going to read now from the Kickstarter page of Liquid Gravity,
Oh my god.
a new idea that could make levitation real.
Fucking hell, here we go.
I want to produce a documentary about making a levitation device to prove liquid gravity theory. My name is Mike Hodges. That's a whistling coming from Happy Man.
Is Hexler making meatballs again?
No, unfortunately, I don't live with Hexler
He's
anymore.
making meatballs in your heart.
Are you
Billy.
sure that we can't just hear Hexler's meatballs from all the way from wherever he is by your
I
microphone?
wish.
Because
My name is Mike
I'll be right
Hodges. I think I've figured out how the universe works, and gravity is not such a big mystery after all. Just because of that, we may be able now to build flying cars and travel in comfort through space and not need fossil fuels. Wow! You are thinking, yeah, right.
ye right, as far as I can see here.
That I am trying to pronounce it with the original punctuation.
I wouldn't. It's more entertaining if you don't.
I am looking for support to produce a documentary about gravity and the discovery of how it really works. Gravity is still listed in the top 10 unresolved mysteries of science.
Yeah.
Theory of liquid gravity is a lot like an old 18th century theory about the luminiferous ether, which was the main belief about blah, 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 blah. So when I say hey, spelled Hay, I've discovered liquid gravity, I'm immediately assigned to the same junk heap as luminiferous ether. So rather than fight the intellectual battle about who is right and who is wrong based on existing evidence, I will definitely lose that battle.
He will defiantly lose. He will
defiantly lose
lose
that battle.
Finally loose that battle.
So he wants to make a levitation device so that he's not just some guy, quote, slagging off the scientific world.
Funny
What
and
is
successful.
gravity? The easiest way to describe gravity is that it's like a giant vacuum cleaner that is
Oh my
sucking
God.
everything together.
my
The
God.
suction force creates a bubble of vacuum pressure around objects, which holds them together. Okay, none of that is true. Pretty much, none of it. How is gravity made? Oh no. Gravity is simply made by electrons spinning inside atoms, which generate a small amount of suction force. None of that is so wrong. That is literally that's. Oh my god, I'm dying.
That's pretty bad.
We see pressure being used to lift the wing on an airplane, as well as propulsion to boat with a propeller using the same force that generates gravity. Gravity is not a special force, rather it is the result of vacuum pressure building up around objects, mass. Each atom produces a tiny amount of suction that builds up to a very powerful force as mass objects get larger. An example of how this works is to compare a large plane can carry 100s of people simply by applying vacuum force equivalent to a baby's suction on every inch of the wing. He's saying you can lift an airplane using the gravity of 100 babies?
What?
What?
For this process to work, vacuum pressure has to work on a liquid or gas. This gas must be spread throughout space to connect planets and solar systems together. The liquid superfluid, no, not a superfluid, has such small particles that our preset technology can't see it, but we can observe the liquid structure and behavior. Gravitational force. So watch the videos. I will see if there's anything that I can like dub in onto the videos because they are pretty amazing.
This is the fucking longest Kickstarter page I've ever seen in my life. He's gone well into it. Like he's really done his homework. He's done it wrong, but he's done his homework.
There's the most commitment to a bad piece of homework.
Yeah. Good job. Oh, he failed.
I want a hover car though.
It's too late.
We all want to hover.
And if you pledge enough, you get a T-shirt that says "Ban Newton's Law."
The project's
read
funding
the
goal was
bridges
not
and
reached
challenges
3 days ago. It's
segment.
too late.
If you pledge 25 New Zealand dollars, then you get a gravity stick.
A gravity stick?
Yeah.
Wow.
You got $300. I got $300 out of this. Wow.
Hey, people wanted a flying car. The most obvious downside that is risks and challenges is credibility on a topic that is usually the preserve of gentlemen in white lab coat jackets and mathematicians who understand equations and gibberish
Oh my
symbols. My background is more practical, being a designer, a builder, an artist, a jewelry maker. Hardly anything to inspire confidence in a topic as deep as quantum mechanics. Nothing he has described is quantum mechanics. In fact, gravity and quantum mechanics basically have nothing in common. In fact, it's a big challenge in physics is unifying those two theories, which is, I guess, why we need liquid gravity. Because because if we could just explain the Bernoulli principle in terms of the number of babies' worths of suction that you needed in order to hold a plane in the air, then we'd all be in a better place.
That's pretty awful.
Poor Mike. His dream will never be realized.
Never have liquid gravity, man.
No. Well, we've already got it. We're drowning in it.
True. Yeah, you're right about that.
How
Just
many?
never have hover cars with
Will the
liquid gravity.
standard unit of liquid gravity be babies, I wonder?
Yes.
I
I
don't
wish
want
I
hover
fucking
cars
funded it.
because I don't trust people who drive regular cars.
Yeah.
You've
same.
seen them.
I feel like that would take a lot of time to like implement. There should be a real shift in just how people got places. You have to have traffic laws
You'd have
for
to have-
hover cars.
Yeah, and you'd have to have two sets of indicators, one for up and down and one for left and right.
Well, that's
Yep.
quite easily done, though.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
You'd basically have to rethink the whole of how a car worked.
You just put lights above and below, as well as left and right.
Or you could have a little ring that has lights on each individual direction, and you have a little joystick up in the front that you push in the direction you're going to move, and it shows up.
People don't use their regular indicators, so I don't think you're going to get people to use, the hover car indicators either.
Well, this whole issue becomes obsolete when you consider the fact that self-driving cars.
Yeah.
I
just
really do want-
communicate with each
I
other.
want a self-driving electric bike. That's what I
Yes.
want.
My
My mate bought an electric bike recently, and it was honestly the most excited I've been in
is
years.
it one of those
Really?
pedal bikes that just has a little bit of a kind of motor to it that helps you out a little bit up hills?
It's a pedal bike, and when you start pedaling, the motor kicks in, and it
Yeah.
makes you go really fast.
Yeah,
Wow.
I kind of want one of those. They look fucking sick.
It's pretty much the most amazing technology ever invented.
Gonna look one up.
Not
Just-
that expensive. I
I'm
would think, right?
reading more of this liquid gravity. The journey of the documentary will follow myself in Wanaka, New Zealand, with the help of some stunning scenery. I will take you on a journey of discovery. Gonna be Brian Coxing it up. Also, he says that things fall at different speeds when you drop them in a centrifuge, which is also totally incorrect. Also, he says, how heavy would the Empire State Building be if all the space from atoms were removed? Under Newton's law, it would weigh 365,000 tons, but under the liquid gravity law, it would only weigh 1 gram.
Wow.
Where is
Don't
he
know.
getting any of this?
Yeah, I don't. What?
This is that's just made me a little bit angry. Oh well, he tried.
There was an attempt.
Thankfully, failed.
Yeah, relief.
But that's all that I've got actually prepared for this podcast. So bicker amongst yourselves.
Bicker.
Sure, man.
How about
Sure.
how about that Pokemon Sun Moon demo?
Oh, boy.
man, Pokemon. My
Yeah.
favorite game.
Yeah, Dom loves Pokemans.
I feel like it was weird and I didn't feel comfortable and something's not quite right.
Why? What happened?
I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't have the right feel.
The Pokemon fail?
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's weird. It's probably
What?
just because it's a demo though.
What is the Pokemon feel?
I don't know. I can't
Oh, alright
describe
to
it.
me.
But
That's why it's a feel and not a thing.
yeah, it's not an actual specific thing. It's just the feel. But it didn't feel right. I'm not sure.
Can I still like dress up my avatar? Because that was my favorite part of the other game.
Fucking Alola Persian.
Garfield,
God.
you ate my lasagna.
Fucking
What?
stung
What
in
is
the
it?
face by fucking 5 Beedrills. He's got a like, you know how Alolan Meowth, he looks really cool. Like, he's purple and he looks very suave.
I haven't seen that one
Fucking-
either, but
I'll show
let's
you.
see.
But Alolan Persian has this big fucking ball face. God, he looks terrible.
see.
It looks like a
It
joke.
looks incredible.
It
It's
looks like
great.
a joke. And also
The,
Alolan fucking Dug Trio classic.
Yeah.
That's long
Mullet
flowing
trio.
golden hair.
Blonde,
Yeah,
yeah.
the He-Man.
Blonde Dug Trio.
He-Man Dug Trio.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's pretty cool. Like, I like that they, like, there's variations on that.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool if you could, like, legit just customize every Pokemon you have. Like, you could just, like, give them hats and, like, little bows and shit.
Yeah.
But, like, that would be kind of hard to implement. But I think it would be a pretty cool thing.
I'm really fucking pissed about Wrestler Cat being real.
Wrestler Cat?
Yeah.
You have my attention now.
It's a fire dark type. It's a heel wrestler.
Oh.
Yeah. The cat went from, it was cute cat, fucking bipedal, furry nightmare, piece of shit.
It looks like this happy.
I hate it.
They're calling it Lucha Litten. So
Okay, yeah. That looks awesome.
I hate it. I hate
That's
it so
pretty
much.
cool.
I don't like
Looking,
any of the
actually,
styles.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna have to fucking eat my hat and choose Poplio.
Wait, is it Fire Dark?
it might be
Hopefully.
fire dark.
Hopefully, it's not
Empor
gonna be
was really
fighting.
cool.
If they do another fucking firefighting, I am gonna cancel all 4 of my pre-orders.
You sure do love having 3 firefighters in a row, right? Right? Actually, no, not in a row.
Let's take a break.
Almost in a row.
because, Yeah, they gave us fucking
Fire psychic, right?
Now back to the fucking grind of firefighting. Oh
For
my
a
God.
while,
Same.
people thought that it was going to be one set of evolutions for each version of the game. So you'd have
yeah.
like some
That would've
version Litten
I mean-
evolutions and
Yeah. I mean, I can see why, but I would have been surprised if that had
yeah,
been the case.
I would have been surprised as well. But people were saying, oh, maybe it is this.
Yeah,
But
just
I don't
a
like
lot
any of them,
speculation.
so I'm going to be dunking that starter in the PC as soon as I get
Yeah.
the chance.
I think that was people just having seen the Wrestler Cat
And just not
Being-
wanting it
being
so much.
optimistic. Yeah, being optimistic that there'll be an alternative choice, but there isn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna dump it in the box and take Alolan Ninetales and Alolan Cold
I'm not
through
even
the
gonna
edge egg.
fucking- I'm not even. I've had to officially renounce my fucking fire starter title.
Policy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm having
It's-
to. I'm just so pissed. I'm so
I
pissed.
hated Monkey. I didn't like Pig.
I liked Torchic, but I didn't like Blaziken.
Torchic was alright. I didn't even mind its
Embor is
evolutions.
incredible. What are you talking about?
I don't
Embor
like
looks-
Embor.
Tepig
I
is-
like Embor, it looks pretty cool.
I
Tepig
don't.
is adorable.
They
Tepig's
always
adorable.
start
Tepig is
off cute.
adorable.
They always start off cute, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm a fucking fighter on my fucking 2 legs."
Fuck you.
Much
No.
like in real life.
The problem that they have is that they're basing it around the metagame because Fire type is
it.
useless in the metagame because of
But they
Rock.
don't have to make it look like shit.
Pokemon meta.
Yeah, I know, right?
They don't
Come
have to make him
on.
fucking stand on his hind legs with his fucking Zootopia torso bullshit.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is that Super Smash Brothers is a real fighting game. Get
Gas.
out of here.
Mario Kart is a competitive racer.
Time
Yeah,
trials are. People fucking exchanging records there all the time.
Anything is competitive if you try hard enough.
It's true. Competitive lawyer guy.
No, Zedmans has the world record in Lawyer Guy.
I bet he does, and I bet he will do forever.
Yeah,
He-
we need to have a speedrunning competition once it's out.
No, he beat like the second level like faster than I did. He beat it in like an insane amount of time. And he was like, "Hey, Catsman,
Yeah, well, you're bad
you
at
should
video games.
you should make no shut up. I'm good at the video game that I made, and only that video game."
That's the only reason you made it, so you can claim to be good at
So
the
I can
video
have one
game.
game. That's like British sports, isn't it? Anyway, he beat it faster than I did, and he's pretty good at that. And he was like, "Hey, Catsman, you should take the moving platforms off of global cycles and put them onto local cycles." And I was like,
Cool.
We have some comments, mostly inane crap, but then we were mostly inane crap, so, you know.
Yeah, we
whatever.
were.
Trump asks how to lose the election. He doesn't want to run for president. He just wants to be at home listening to you, and especially my yowie homeboy Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, people love Mike. I love Mike. Mike's my
young
favorite.
hands.
Who's Mike?
Mike is GYP Mike.
GOP Mike.
Who?
Mike from GYP. He has a
He
mustache.
plays
Oh.
interesting musical instruments and has a beard.
Okay.
He has a
He can
beard now. He
auto-tune.
evolved.
He was also described as being the podcast version of Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, wow. Okay, I like Mike.
Impressive.
Also, I think we did a really great job last time because one comment said, "Christ, what an awful episode," and another comment said, "This was a good episode." So, I don't know what we did, but I think this one's hopefully going to be even worse.
Is that the one where like you messaged me 45 minutes in to join? And
Yeah,
then
that's the
I showed
one.
up and it was already 45 minutes through, so I just fucking left again.
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't listened to it.
Could we take a moment to appreciate?
Yeah.
What's the next segment?
There is
I
no
don't
next
have any-
segment.
oh,
so-
yeah, I
What's
was-
the next segment?
I was reading through
What's the
had
next
a segment.
segment?
the comments from our lovely commenters. Nuclear
Great.
Cherries really wants to know how I got from Mighty Number 9 to Islam.
I think it's a natural jump.
I can't remember. It was really bugging me as well. I was taking a piss and I got straight from Mighty Number 9 to Islam through properly, through a legitimate route, and I don't remember how it is.
Well, they're both
Oh,
terroristic
it might.
threats.
There's a character in Mighty Number 9 called Trinity, so I might have gotten through to Christianity and then through to Islam like that.
God.
I would have gone from Trinity to the Matrix.
But
Fuck off.
You can get from the Matrix to pretty much anything. In fairness.
you know what
Philosophically,
movie
at
I
least.
saw recently? Jupiter
What?
Ascending.
Oh God, no!
Why?
You have
I have
you
no
seen
idea what that
Jupiter
is,
Ascending?
and I don't want to.
Oh, it's
Beat
the
consents royalty.
it's
Fucking!
best.
Oh my God, that's such
No.
a funny film.
It is hilarious. My
God.
favorite bit is right. The main character's love interest is he describes himself as like a half wolf alien, half albino, I think.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He's like a deviant art tier OC, and he's in like a $200 million movie, and he
Yeah.
probably has more lines than the main character.
It's Channing Tatum.
Does he
in case
like-
you're
And
it's
wondering
Channing
who-
Tatum.
Linkin
Yeah.
Park.
I swear he fucking took that job as a joke.
Channing
Like he
Tatum.
has. Yeah, Channing Tatum. Oh, God, it's such a fucking funny film.
Oh,
By
and he
the
has
way-
pointy elf ears and everything.
The scholars who know about Kung Pao Under the Fist, they did confirm the second movie is in production.
Oh, fuck off. No.
The scholars.
Wait, does Happy Man not like Kung Pao, or does
don't
he
like
not
Kung
like the
Pao?
idea of a
I-
sequel?
Kung Pao is kind of funny, but it's not as funny as people think.
It's
And
a
pretty
decently
funny.
funny movie. Enjoyed it.
I fucking hate making sequels to this shit because it's guaranteedly gonna be less funny than the original.
Yeah,
Probably.
Well, in the
are there any
first
comedy
movie, he says,
sequels that are any
"Wait out
funnier
for
than the
those
original?
Weekend at Bernie's too. No, I don't know.
Shut up, Happy Man. I'm trying to think now. I genuinely cannot think. Oh, well, does Life of Brian count? Although I guess that actually probably wasn't funnier than Holy Grail. It was just a better story. Yeah, I'm going to say that there's no comedy sequels that are funnier than the originals.
Okay, Kung Pao is like the first one was supposed to be a campy movie, so I guess that's kind of
Yeah, no,
Okay.
sequels to unintentionally funny movies that try to be funny are stupid.
Yeah.
That's why Tommy Wiseau isn't good anymore, because he's trying to be funny and it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Samurai Cop 2 is god fucking awful, but Samurai Cop 1 is brilliant. So go watch that.
I listened to the Disaster Artist audiobook, and it's heartbreaking because the whole time Tommy's like pouring his heart and soul into the movie.
Yeah.
Is he?
It's a fantastic
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, he really gave a shit about it. He's just crazy and doesn't give a shit about people. Only his
It was
movie.
his like life's work, and now it's like a living joke.
That's pretty funny, actually. That's pretty good.
Hey,
I'm probably
Hey.
going to read the Disaster Artist next.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Name left us a comment. He says, "Hello, gentlemen. Look for Trice Days and have more Canandram, Evanmore. Thanks
Oh, no.
you for quick answering my old Canandram as well. Please, this any more Canandram showing same treatment. Canandram. I seeing girl office play Rise of Triad 2013. I like she evermost, but beyond the stars. But she no notice help how I get girl gaming ASAP. Thanks you. FWI, I use not translate English any language. Plain speaking, my friends. Many mouthed smiley face. Name email.
Okay, sorry.
I love this person.
So, yeah.
If only we had someone we could speak to who understood. If only there
Where's
was someone
Z-Mans?
here.
Yeah, Seamans would have the best voice.
Yeah.
He would. Only Z-Mans were here.
I think that every day of my life.
How is Z-Mans? Has anyone spoken to Z-Mans recently?
No.
I spoke to him recently-ish.
I have, yeah. He was on LBS a little while ago.
Is he still Z-Mans?
He is still Z-Mans.
Is he Z-Mans or is he Smadges Nams?
He's still like really happy all the time
Snaz.
I'm glad.
about everything.
Or the occasional Garbo-Deakian?
Is he still playing really difficult games and trying to get one back
yeah.
with him?
Yeah, he's still doing that.
Good.
God bless Z-Mans and all who sail in her.
He was telling me that the speedrunning community is very annoyed at him because he never records his runs.
Yes.
I think that's tragic because he has kind of a crappy computer and internet connection,
He
so he can't really
Yeah.
do that.
But he's so lovely.
Anyway, name Just Be Yourself. Your own incomprehensible self. And you
I
will-
say, speak to her like you speak to us, and everything will fall
that's
into
what I
place.
mean.
If Name offered me a drink, I would let him buy me one.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Same.
So Name
Just
send
to hear him talk to the bartender.
Well,
Then
in
you
fairness,
drink.
you wouldn't understand the question that he's asking in the first place. So you'd just
That was
say
a question?
yes, and you'd get a drink. So
I imagine Name as being like 7 feet tall and like Herculean in his features. Herculean.
He looks like Fabio.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's time to go.
I think this has run its course.
Yeah, we're gonna start up Shenmue pretty soon, so need some
God,
content
no.
for that. Yeah.
Oh, hold
Beat
on. I still need to. So, well, Bloom didn't like the episode, and he said we should have a game where we play music snippets and have to guess on them. I probably won't do that.
That might be a technical issue here.
Might be a little...
But what do you want, Bloom? Tell me what you want, and I will make it
Tell me
within
what you
reason.
want, what
I'm
you
really
really
busy
want.
recently. And Specs, who is my favorite person, other than all the other people, but he is still my favorite person, says that Shovel Knight is a video game slut. He's in every game these days. Look out for his appearance in Yooka-Laylee. I don't see a problem with that, I like crossovers. He says he feels bad for leading us on a merry farce, and so you should. The answer still bugs me to this day. Also,
Shovel Knight
yes,
is a hardworking guy.
good to see the return of Harry Potter Communist. Did you read it all in one take? Pretty much, but I edit bits out when I mess things up. I have to say, I'm getting quite good at the accents now. Not really. And he agrees with me that Sonic Generations isn't great. Haha, Moogle.
Haha.
Haha, Moogle.
Haha.
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 Yeah.
Haha.
Haha.
Haha. Two people have bad
So,
taste.
so
Haha.
Specs agrees with me. Haha.
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 Yeah.
Haha.
Okay, do the outro, Catsman.
This
make a Doggie
was
Makara.
the podcast.
Hello and welcome. That's right.
Rock me, baby, baby. Rock me, baby, baby.
That's right.
Baby, 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 baby.
I'm still here because I've not really
I'm
got
still here.
anything. I've
When
not really
is-
got
when is
anything to
Shenmue? I
do that
may
takes
show up, but I may
exactly
be-
1 hour. So
may end up playing Civ in the background because
I'm going to go back to Civ 6. I didn't mention Civ 6.
I have it as well. I'm yet to start it up.
I've only played a few hours of it, but it's really good. Like they've polished it up, and they've like streamlined things that added complexity, but the things that they've streamlined, they haven't removed depth.
No.
I don't think. That's the important thing.
I gather that there's a lot less busy work in it because your choices matter a bit more now.
Yeah. So it's like, for example, with workers, you now have builders, and they only build so many improvements, and you have to build more. But the improvements that you do build, like, they matter more on an individual basis. Yeah. And it's a lot of stuff
you can't just spam farms everywhere now, basically, for more food. So yeah. And
like roads automatically now develop when trading happens, rather than having to build them manually,
that's good.
Or automate a worker and have them fuck it up like they always do. So yeah, there's just so much stuff that's less busy work, more interesting gameplay, more.
Are the Aztecs
depth.
Still pieces of fucking shit in turns 1 to 50?
I don't know, because
I hate the Aztecs.
I've not met them. However, Victoria is being a bitch to me.
Fuck her up.
I settle a new city, and she goes on this whole rant, and I look at the map, and she's literally on the exact opposite part of the map to me, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Typical women.
Well, that's
typical women. Everyone knows that all women despise city building.
No, that's just all Civ leaders do that.
Not all of them. So they changed. I don't know if you've looked much up to do with this now, Happy, but they've changed the way that diplomacy works.
I know nothing about that.
Yeah, I've not done much diplomacy yet because it's still my first game. So what is that like?
The way that Civs work is that every single civilization, every single leader has a particular personality of things that they like. So, for example, Teddy Roosevelt likes people who don't make war on his continent. So if you don't make war on his continent, he doesn't give a fuck about what you do. If you make war in other places, he doesn't care, so long as it's not on his continent. And then they have a randomly generated personality trait as well that will add to that one.
And they don't tell you, so you've sort of got to figure it out.
So you know the one that's unique to them as an individual. So there are people who like people with strong militaries, people that like people that don't give in to demands when people make them, for example. People like that. And then there's another random one that you never really know what they're doing, and you have to work it out yourself.
Teddy Roosevelt is American leader now? That's pretty awesome.
He is, yes. Some civilizations have 2 leaders now, which is interesting.
Oh,
which ones have 2 leaders?
I believe. Which one was it? Because I only saw the preview.
I only thought there was one with 2 leaders or something, and you just think, why? Why did they bother?
Multiple.
Also, cities now can't attack things by themselves anymore.
Yes.
But I don't think they're as easy to capture as they were in 4.
No, they're very, very difficult to capture.
It's very...
Greece has 2 leaders.
It's very... Oh, huh. Who's the second leader?
So there is... Who is it? There's Pericles and there's Gorgo.
It's very strange giving Greece leaders, given that, Greece was, the first democracy and all that.
It is, isn't it? Hey, it's always been Alexander before, who was Macedonian, not Greek, but oh well.
What about Caesar?
He's Roman.
Roman.
Well, same thing, basically.
Same thing.
Yeah, the Romans
have you checked
pilfered
out
a lot of
the
Greek
dynamic
culture.
soundtrack, by the way?
Yeah, I don't like the dynamic soundtrack.
You don't like the dynamic soundtrack?
No, it's because it changes on a dime. There's no transition. It's quite jarring, I find.
Do you mean the era level?
No, when barbarians come, or
not that.
when
That's not what I'm
someone
about.
from another civ comes to near you, there'll just be a jarring change in the music. What are you talking about?
So it's not I suppose it's not dynamic. Is not what I meant actually. Let's see if I can find the right one here. This video explains it in more detail, but essentially every civ has a leitmotif to it. And it evolves as you go up through the technology tree to get to the different ages. So it adds different instruments and different complications of the leitmotif.
Oh, that's nice.
So the ancient era American one is just a banjo on its own in a very slow track, and it speeds up and it adds more instruments as you go through.
And until it becomes hamburger music.
Until it becomes dueling banjos.
I'm assuming that Japan must have a shamisen somewhere, and that's just what it is, shamisen.
They always do, and maybe a guy going, yo! Like
They
that.
have that in Rhythm Paradise Megamix, and it's great because I just got into a Japanese level and it was yo. I think it was the samurai killing monsters one.
Well, it's always the same sound too. Like in a lot of games, it's just a stock sound.
Like a stock sound.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that I heard the Crash Bandicoot crate crashing noise in Rhythm Paradise as well. But I'm still not sure.
Guys,
Very odd.
do you know how like the Doom imp going like is like actually a camel noise?
Yeah.
Have you started hearing that in other places now?
No, not yet.
I've started hearing the Doom imp. I can't remember where, but there's
a lot of stock noises that you end up hearing in video games, though. It's great.
So if you know, like if there's a sound effect that you want and you know it's the Doom imp, you should not use it because that sound is fucking iconic.
I hope you use it in Lawyer Guy.
What, for the camel enemy?
Yeah, the camel enemy, the robot camel.
No, there's not going to be fucking
The
robot
camel
camels.
barrister, because it's all lawyer themed, right?
Well, not all of the enemies are lawyers. Some of them are just robots.
Good enough. All the bosses should be lawyers.
No, they're not. They're just robots.
No, it's not
They're
good enough.
interesting robots.
I still can't get over pro bono. Oh my god.
Pro bono.
Pro bono. Oh my god.
That's a better pun than I was able to come up.
Oh my god.